Hey guys, I'm Emily from the Blue Mouse. So today I'm going to show you how to do the Bark Your Bark increase in brioche knitting. Here I have it worked on my light side row. So you can tell right here where it splits off into this V, that is an increase. So there's one right here as well. So this is how to do what's referred to as a Bark Your Bark. And that is because of the abbreviation is BRKYOBRK. So people call it a Bark Your Bark. And this is a 2-stitch increase. Because 2-color brioche like this, you are doing ribbing. You have to increase in sets of 2 to maintain the ribbing. So typically I see people do this on a right side or a light side row. So when the light yarn is dominant, people like to increase on this side, but it works with either side. So you have to do it using the yarn that is dominant. So on my right side, when the light color is dominant, I have to increase when I'm using my light color yarn. Now if I was on the wrong side and I was working it, I would have to increase when using the dark colored yarn. So I'm taking my light colored yarn and I'm just going to start working my row like you normally would. So knit the first stitch, then I'm going to do a slip-one yarn over, brioche knit, and then I'm going to do a slip-one yarn over. And now I've come to what would be a normal brioche knit, and I'm going to increase into this stitch. You have to do it in one that is a brioche knit. So I'm going to go into it like I would be to do a normal brioche knit. So go in, yarn over and pull through, but don't slide it off your left-hand needle just yet. Instead, we're going to do a yarn over, and then we're going to insert our needle back into that same loop that you just went into, and you're just going to brioche knit it again. So we go back into that same loop, yarn over and pull through. So we have 3 light colored loops on our right hand needle. And now you can slide these 2 loops off of your left hand needle, and you're going to work into these 3 loops when you work your dark color. So now I'm just going to do a slip-one yarn over, a regular brioche knit, slip-one yarn over, and now let's try that increase again. So you go into the stitch as if to brioche knit normally, yarn over and pull through, but don't slide it off your left-hand needle just yet. Instead, yarn over, and then you're going to go back into that same stitch, into both these 2 loops, yarn over and pull through. So you've got 3 loops on the right-hand needle, and now you can slide that off of your left-hand needle. Now we can continue. So slip-one yarn over. Now let's try that increase one last time. So you would typically just go into this to brioche knit normally, but with our increase, you go and you do your brioche knit, but you don't slide it off your left-hand needle yet. So then you yarn over, and then you go back into that same loop there, yarn over and pull through, and then you can slide it off your left-hand needle. And then you just continue the row and finish it normally. And now we have to work the second color, so we slide back to the beginning. So you start out with a slip-one, just normally. Bring your yarn to the front, brioche purl into that first stitch, and then you've come to your increase. So you should have 3 loops in your light color here. So you just go into that first one, and you're going to slip-one yarn over with it, because you brioche purled the last stitch. So if you're continuing that pattern, you brioche purl and then you slip-one yarn over. So do that. So you go into that second stitch and you're just going to purl it normally. And then you're going to slip-one yarn over, because remember we're repeating that pattern. And then you just start as you normally would and you brioche purl, slip-one yarn over, brioche purl. And now what would normally come next is a slip-one yarn over. So even though we've come to our increase, we're still going to continue doing that. So do a slip-one yarn over into that first increase stitch. And then we can't brioche purl it because there's only 1 loop, so we're just going to purl it normally. And then slip-one yarn over for that next one. And then brioche purl to continue. And you continue until you reach the next increase. Brioche purl, and because you just brioche purled, you now need to slip-one yarn over, purl normally, slip-one yarn over, and then continue to the end. So you can't really see it very well right now, There is going to be a bigger hole here, and that's normal because basically you had 3 stitches come out of one. So now we're going to turn our work, and you should be able to just continue normally across this second row because now every stitch should be back to normal. Alright, so here's what the increase looks like on the light side row after you've worked a few more rows. And if you look at the wrong side, this is what it will end up looking like.